Hello guys, I hope y'all are doing well. Today I wanted to make a video about a topic that is quite popular amongst every developer. We have all fallen into the trap either one way or another, and it is about tutorial help. Tutorial help for me is when you are just looking at courses, just doing practices and not actually building anything that is usable or that you can showcase your skills with. So yeah, today I'm going to give you a simple guide to escape that. So it is a guide of 2 steps, but the first step is to finish everything remaining. Yes, it could sound contradictory to what something that tells you to escape from it, to actively do it. And the thing about courses/tutorials, mostly the ones that take days and weeks, is that we tend to do them in a slow and paused manner, leading to very slow progress. So, if you have any remaining courses or things unfinished, the best tip I can give you is to go at them as soon as possible. Allocate as much time as possible to finish them, and once finished, don't take any other course or tutorial that is more than an hour or around that area. But why? The reason is that if you have an active course or tutorial that you are doing, if you go to something else, you will always have it in the back of your mind and you will never feel at ease. And why less than an hour or around an hour? I say this since you will always need foundational knowledge to enter something that may be new to you. For example, cloud engineering, backend, front end, machine learning, and anything you haven't learned yet. And the beautiful thing about computer science or programming or software development as a whole is that it is all based on zeros and ones, meaning that everything is relative. And well, it's all literally zeros and ones too. And this is why programming languages have the same underlying process, which is to transform the code you wrote into assembly and then into zeros and ones, which is what the computer is able to read. Thus, each programming language isn't that different. It's just different syntax and maybe fewer or more features than the last one. Which features are just code that somebody else wrote in a more robust manner and packed it in a method or library for ease of use. So investing 12 to 24 hours or more learning, a programming language, a framework, or something related can be very wasteful as you already know the fundamentals by learning from other courses or university or just from experience. But taking courses that can take less than an hour or around an hour or so can teach you the differences and features added onto that language, framework, or concept that you're learning. And you're learning it in a relatively quickly manner since it is just 1 to 2 hours. And that will give you the ability to use that knowledge by making or contributing to a project, which is the second step. And once you have finished every course, every tutorial that you have pending, I will highly recommend you to just set up your mind to only make or contribute to projects from now on. If you really want to learn and grow at an extreme rate as a programmer, rather than just sitting and hearing a course or tutorial for hours, you need to actively engage in using your thought power and previous knowledge to solve problems and create systems. Because at the end of the day, programming is just a vehicle to a product or solution. So getting hooked up onto learning the intricacies and random facts about a language, framework, or concept can be extremely wasteful as you're not producing anything and by result not showing any sort of real skill. That is why there are very repeated recommendations from other people to create or contribute to projects, even though the projects themselves may not be worth a dime, but it shows that you know how to do a specific system, work with a specific language, or work on something that is real and usable. But at the end of the day, it will depend on what you want to achieve with programming. So don't take this as seriously if your goals are different. However, for the goal I've seen repeated in many people, which is to either have a software product or get a job in the industry. This has been the approach and recommendations I've seen the most success with and have been recommended. So yeah, that was it for the video, or the 2 steps I wanted to share on this topic. Thank you guys for watching, and leave me any sort of feedback in the comments and I will happily read it. Thanks, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.